everyone, welcome back once again. This is what my fourth video of the day, as you can tell by the fact that I'm still same hair, same makeup, same clothes. But I'm trying to take some time to catch up since it's been so long since I've been able to actually do any videos for my channel. This video, I want to share something with you guys that I stumbled across thanks to the wonderful Arwen Lynch Poe. This is Benebell Wen's Metaphysician's Day Planner. And let me tell you something, this is fantastic. Now, this particular planner, I'm a big planner person. I have a planner that actually I can't find at the moment. I'm kind of freaked out over it. My husband bought me a daytimer planner 21 years ago, 22 or maybe even 23 years ago. It might have been the first year we were married. I really desperately wanted one because my sister had a Franklin Covey that was given to her by her work. And I loved it because I'm a notoriously unorganized individual. I try to be organized, but my life very quickly goes from organized to chaos very quickly. And I tend to forget things. If I don't write them down, I don't remember them. So I really have always loved planners. That planner, I don't know what I did with it. He bought me new planner sheets for it recently, and I had put the planner sheets into it and was starting to kind of prepare for this year, and the planner disappeared. I have no idea where I have left it. I remember the last place I had it. I tried to ask them if they've seen it. Nobody saw it or turned it in. I'm really freaked out because that was a Christmas gift from my husband, and he told me at the time he didn't want to get one for me because he knew I would lose it. I consider 23 years not too bad for, not losing it, but I know that'll be the first thing out of his mouth is, I knew you were going to lose it. But in any case, I like to have a planner for my work, for my job, separate, and then a planner for my personal and witchy and that kind of thing. And for me, it's very hard to delve away the witchy and the personal because I'm a witch. It is who I am. So in any case, I was looking for a planner to use for my personal and witchy kind of stuff, and I've used Llewellyn's witches day planners a couple of years, and they're not bad. They're a good portable size. You could stick it in your bag, and it wasn't bad, but I found that it kind of lacked substance, I guess, would be a good way to put it. It had some neat things in it, like it had some daily spells and some things like that, and it was useful. I got my use out of it. But when I saw Benebell's planner, I was totally blown away. The amount of work that Benebell Wen has put into this planner is unbelievable, and it is remarkably useful. Now, when you get the planner, what you do is you go to Benebell's website and you order the planner, and you have to tell her what you want included in the planner in terms of the divinity pages and so forth, but it's important that it is an odd number of pages. And so I just told her, just give me everything, because I didn't want to stop and think about it and try to, I'm not a math person. If there's any kind of number involved, just do the whole thing for me. Now, what she does is she does your natal chart for the year you were born, as well as a natal chart for that current year, and she sends everything to you as a PDF file. And then what you do is you go to lulu.com and you upload it, and you tell them what you want for your cover, and you tell them what size you want. Now, I chose to go with the large size planner because I really kind of was thinking the smaller planner, which is I think the A5 size or something like that. But I decided I wanted to go with the bigger planner, one, so it won't be so easy for me to misplace, but also because it gives me a lot more room to write, and I'm very, very glad that I did that. Now, this was one of the covers that she included, but she said you can upload any imagery you want, of course, keeping in mind any copyright issues. But you could basically design your own cover. You can't see it, but up here at the top it says 2018 Metaphysician's Planner. But I really liked this cover. I just thought it was really cool looking. And that's the back of it. It is kind of a glossy but soft cover, so you can kind of roll it up if you need to. And I added the tabs. So what I did is, I'm a tab person because I like to be able to get to certain sections of things very quickly. So once I got the planner from lulu.com, it took a little bit of time, but once I did get it, it was, fairly quick. I mean, I say it took a little bit of time. It took like maybe a week or two. But I added a few things such as pockets. Now, the first page of the planner is this page right here. It will have your name in it, however you want it printed, and then it has a place for you to put your vision statement. Now, when I did my vision statement, I actually typed it up on my computer and I printed it off because my handwriting can sometimes be atrocious and sometimes it's gorgeous. And I wanted this to be something I could actually read no matter what my mood was. So I wanted it to be neat. I wanted it to be kind of professional looking. I know that sounds terrible, but I have my vision statement here. I don't think you want to hear my personal vision statement, so I won't share that with you here. But this next page, I did not have the planner printed in color. So what I did was I took the color PDF that was sent to me and I printed it off and I attached it inside so I could compare. But I like the larger size because I can see it better. To me, this is so confusing. I'm not good with natal charts. I'm not as good in astrology as I should be. And that's part of the reason why I wanted this planner, was I was hoping I would learn a little bit more. She's got all of the symbols here in terms of what they mean, in terms of it's got a great key, but I don't really know how to interpret this. I don't know how any of this would impact me directly. But I wanted to have it in color, so I printed it off in color and attached it. So this is for my birth year. This is for my current year. Okay. And she gives a little bit of an explanation here as to how your solar chart kind of affects that. I thought that was really neat. Now, the next section is Principles of the Craft. These are the divinity pages that she adds in. And these are the Taoist principles of the craft. So it's got the 13 principles, which kind of apply universally, I think. And then she starts going into some of the archangel pages. So she has all of the archangels and how you can utilize them, what they can do for you. What I thought was really cool was she gives you a lot of really neat sigils. Now, I don't know much about the Asian aspects and use of the craft, but I really like their imagery, and I always have. I've always been kind of drawn to it. So she talks about like activating earth and fortifying the personal energetic field with the earth. So she goes through the various different elements, and she gives you sigils for that, which you can use. Then she goes into the Om Mani Padme Hum, which I actually use this chant in some of my daily meditations. Then she talks about the 4 cardinal watchtowers, which we would consider the 4 directions. So she has those in here in the Chinese, and she tells you what they are, which I thought was really neat, because this is not something I know a lot about, but it's something that's universal. So I really liked the images. I really, at this point, was wishing that I'd had this printed in color, because these were pretty fantastic in color. I wish I could have printed it in color. I would have spent the extra money. It would be worth it. All told, I spent, I think, $35 to get the planner from her and print it up. I think it was like $47 total, but worth every penny. And so this is just some things that you can utilize in your daily practice. She goes into some of the other aspects here. For those seeking to accrue blessings of prosperity, financial gain, and so forth, she has this. She goes into a lot of different talismans, their meanings. She gives you this, which I actually copied this and put this into my Book of Shadows because I thought this was awesome. I want to use this as a crystal grid, which I think she talks about down here, how to use this as a grid to help you. It's a chi activating grid, and then she gives you a lot of different sigils that you can use in daily practice. So she's got grids, healing, prosperity, and then we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of why I really, really like this planner. One of the things that Benebell does that I think a lot of planners don't is she gives you right here, these are the 10 parami. These are the 10 aspects of yourself that you should strive for. And what I really like about this is she's taken a lot of time and thought into giving you plenty of space. And we have a group on Facebook that Arwen started to kind of discuss how we're using the planner. And everybody's been using this in a different way. Now, as for me, the way I'm utilizing this is I am looking for ways throughout my year. So I plan to do this throughout the year to talk about how I achieve these 10 parami in myself, how I aspire to these different characteristics. And so, of course, I tabbed that separate. Next, we have, she lays out last year, this year, and the next year, so you can kind of get a head start on what's up there. Now, something else that she adds in that a lot of planners have something similar, but they don't give you a lot of room to write it in, which is another reason why I'm so glad I got this in the size that I did. She has an annual plan. So these are your resolutions, things that you want to do. And she has it broken down into career, financials, health, family, personal, spiritual, and then a blank spot for you to put whatever you want. And I really like this because it allowed me to write out my goals. Remember, those that write their goals are more likely to achieve them. That is my daughter, excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. So, what I really like about it is that not only does she give you a spot to write down the goal and the resolution, but key actions you can take. And then she's got a checkbox so that when you achieve those actions and it leads to leading that resolution, you can mark it off. So, I have set myself a lot of very lofty goals for this year. And again, this is like not something you have to achieve immediately. That's what I like about this, is that you've got the year to get this done, but it definitely keeps you accountable and allows you to go back and reflect and say, yes, I was going to do this. I need to do this towards this goal. I'm going to check that off, which I thought was really nice. Because I think a lot of planners, they give you room to talk about things, but they don't keep you accountable for it. Now, another thing that I thought was really cool is that she's got this page here, which is a record of resolution maintenance. A lot of us make resolutions, but we don't really keep ourselves accountable to those resolutions, which is why we rarely achieve them. And so she's got this box here where she has description of your resolution, and you write that out here. And then she's got a space here for you to mark off whether or not you were able to achieve that for each month throughout the goal. Now, what's really neat about that too is Benebell sends you out emails about specific strategies for specific parts of your planner. And so I took the opportunity to print her email and attach it to that particular page so that I can go back and reread what she said and go, yeah, that's right, that's right. Okay, so I can put that here, and it helps me also in utilizing that section of the planner correctly. Now, another thing that Benebell does that other planners do not do is she has a year-end reflection. So at the end of the year, you take the same goals that you had resolutions for and you write them here, and it gives you a spot to go back and reflect at the end of the year as to whether or not you met that goal, why you met that goal, how you met that goal, or why you didn't meet that goal. And again, I think that keeps you accountable to your goals and to yourself, but also helps you for planning for the next year, which a lot of planners do not do. The next section that she has in the planner is related to a tarot forecast. And so what I did was at the end of December, I sat down and I took my 3 favorite decks and I drew a card from each of those decks. And I talk about the decks up here and why I chose with each of these decks. And then I wrote down the cards and my interpretation of those cards and what I thought it meant for that particular month. And I did that for the entire year. Then what I'm going to do is at the end of the month, I'm going to make some notes here about how those cards actually reflected how that month went or why they didn't or what it may have actually meant. Now, what's important to that, what's key to that is in the next section as well. For each month, she has a calendar here where she has listed all of the astrological movements. But here, she also has a section for a tarot card pull. Now, I've seen people take the same card and put it here so they can keep that in mind on a month-to-month basis. I decided I was going to draw another card at the beginning of each month and then relate that later in this same discussion of how did that card fulfill. So I'm doing it a little bit differently. But her next section deals with something that I don't see a lot of in planners that I really appreciated was quarter planning. How to plan for your quarter to help you achieve the resolutions that you have made. So she has first quarter plan, second quarter plan, third quarter plan, fourth quarter plan. Now, I have not started filling this out because I've done just the first quarter. As I get to the first quarter, goals that I do not achieve in the first quarter, I will carry over to the second quarter, but I'm going to make some notes to myself as to why I think I was not able to achieve that goal within this quarter. If I achieve that goal, but I want to carry that goal over, I'll do that, and I'll make notations for that as well. Then we have the months, and she has like a month at a glance kind of planner, which I really like. This paper clip is here because each day I draw a card from the Roxy Sim deck, as I was talking about in my earlier video, and I stick that card right here so that I can focus on that image as I meditate. I don't have it in there today because it's Sunday and I'm home, but I make notes to myself about what's going on, important dates and things like that that I need to keep in mind that I can do at a month at a glance. And so she has a whole section for that. And then it goes into your daily sections. And again, I was really glad that I went ahead and got this in a large print. And you can see I've attached some like little notes to myself, like a hot list of things and stuff like that. But another thing that makes her particular planner unique is not only does she have the daily sections where you can do the sections, but it also has down here top priority. It has health and nutrition information, like goals that you want to set for yourself. It's just a blank spot. I kind of cordoned it off so that I would know where the demarcation was. Prosperity notes, personal care, spirituality. So all of those goals you had for yourself and your resolutions, you can carry over to a weekly basis, which I really, really like. The next section deals with books I've read and places I visited throughout 2018. So it gives you a little section to kind of journal in that, which I thought was really cool. Then she has a vision page, which I think is really cool. She has a vision for 2018, 2019, and 2020. Then a 5-year plan. And a lot of planners do not offer that. They don't really give you a space to put down, okay, where do I see myself now? Where do I want to be at the end of the year? What about 5 years from now? And I really thought that that was pretty cool that she had that section. And I have not yet sat down and worked on that section. Then, of course, she has a vision board. My vision board is not complete. A lot of people have taken this and they've started putting like pictures in here, which it's a vision board, right? I've written down a few things, but I haven't had a chance to print the pictures to put in there. I'll probably do that when I'm done with this video. Then, of course, she has a contact page, important information, important people. And she has a projects section, which I thought was really cool. Because what I did was, before this year even started, I started kind of thinking, one of my goals for myself is to try to expand my speech pathology practice. Because due to the new healthcare law that's come out, we have really suffered as a private practice. A lot of people have. And many small practices such as mine are going out of business. So since this is how we pay our bills and this is how we keep a roof over our heads, that's not an option for me. My business is our primary source of income. And so I started sitting down going, well, you know what? I need to do some contracting. I need to start finding other people I can contract with. And so I started marking down people. I started looking up other home health agencies and other agencies that deal with the same programs that we already contract with. And so I wanted to start contacting these people and seeing if they would be interested in contracting with us. And so I started doing that. And I thought this was a really neat section to do that because it gave me plenty of space. It's pretty open, so I could divide it as I needed to. And I thought that was really cool. Now, the next section that Benebell has in here is she has just sketch pages. And these are just blank pages where you can draw out sketches or write up ideas or, you know, inspirations that come to you. And one of the ladies in the group decided to do a section for spell work on her particular planner. She cordoned it off and has decided that for each month she's going to start logging some of her spellcraft. And I thought that was an excellent idea. So I decided to do the same thing. So I did exactly what she did. I quartered off a page here and said, okay, here's each of the 12 months, and these are some spells that I'm doing during these months. So I thought that was really neat. Then the next section of the planner deals with correspondences and moon references. This is moon references, moon sign, energetic correspondences. Then she has astrology or celestial uh, bodies and some information about those, which is really good because if you're not as attuned in astrology, like I'm still trying to kind of learn all that, then that's very helpful. So those kinds of astrological correspondences. She's got the alchemical symbols. She's got the 4 metaphysical elements, and she talks about those and how they correspond and gives you some pictures on those. Then she goes into I Ching, which I'm not familiar with. I know some people that are working on that, but that's probably something I'll try to get into much later. The Lo Shu Magic Square. She's got South Feng Shui. She's got more on the feng shui. This is the celestial dial. Then she goes into keywords and correspondences. She talks about the tarot. So it's got a lot of good references in it. Keywords. Geez, all kinds of stuff here. She's got little pictures of cards like the guard tableau, grand tableau spreads, and that kind of thing. Then she's got correspondences here, more correspondences, and then she has just a section for just notes and reminders. Oh yeah, she's got the chakra system in here. She talks about correspondence in the chakra, which is really nice. And then the very last page is a notes and reminders page. Now I put a pocket in here for myself to put stickers to help me kind of organize myself. My tabs are starting to get a little sketchy, but I really thought that Benebell did a fantastic job in making a very comprehensive planner that really looks at all aspects of your life and helps you put it into writing and kind of get a vision for yourself to organize yourself and to move yourself forward. And then her emails, I'm telling you, are just fantastic because she sent out some emails at the beginning about setting up your workspace, organizing your workspace to go in conjunction with the planner, and how to prepare yourself spiritually to enter into work and how important that is. And I thought she really hit some great points. In fact, I was pretty sure I'd printed up that email as well. I put some pockets in here in the front for my business cards. So I've got like my purple broom business cards, and then I have my Now You're Talking business cards here, which I don't happen to have any in here at the moment. But I really thought that was pretty cool. It's really kind of customizable beyond just what you get with Benebell. So I tell you, this is so worth it. Her base price is $25. I paid $30 to get all of the extra pages in it because once again, I didn't want to have to sit there and try to calculate out. But she'll work with you if you talk with her. She'll definitely work with you on getting you something that's useful to you. But it was worth the $25 and $30, and then I think I paid $11 for the printing and shipping. I wish I could have spent a little extra and gotten it in color. I think it would have been useful, and next year I may plan for that. But I'll tell you what, this was so worth it. So check her out, Benebell Wen, and that's W-E-N. Check her out, benebellwen.com. If you just Google Benebell Wen or Metaphysician's Planner, she will pop up. And I'll tell you what, this is so worth every penny. It is comprehensive. It helps you organize every aspect of your life, from spiritual, family, financial, health, career, you name it. She's got something in here for you, and it really kind of helps bring it all together into one place. So although I was not intending on using this for work because I cannot find the delightful planner, that I really want to cry because I love that planner. and it has a lot of sentimental value, but I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. I just don't know where. If I'd left it at a client's house, I'm certain the client would have said something to me, but maybe not. But I'm hoping that it turns up because I really have no idea where it could be. I was keeping it in my big bag, so I thought maybe it was in my car, but apparently not. I'm really hoping it turns up. So any prayers and energy you guys can send to helping me find that planner, it would be greatly appreciated. But this planner, in the meantime, is really serving for a lot, and I'm very grateful to have it. So check her out because I'll tell you what, it's worth every penny. It is a fantastic planner system. It's fully customizable. You can add things to it once you get it, and the support group online has been fantastic. One thing I did not mention, I have not printed it. I am not utilizing it, but she does send you free of charge a guidebook for the planner that you can print. And it comes in the A5 size, A4, A5, whatever it is, size. So I printed mine in the standard US 8.5 by 11. So mine is regular full-size paper, but the other one I think comes about the size of Ms. Gary's book here. So maybe a little bit smaller, but some people have gone and bought 2 copies of it, 2 different sizes to use for 2 different things. I'll tell you what, you will love it. You will be addicted to this planner once you order it. So definitely check her out because she puts a lot of work into this and it's worth every penny you pay, and you're going to pay a lot less for that than you would for most of the other planners that are out there. So keep it going and check her out. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.